This is Dr. Howard Rollins with EHR-TV, and I'm continuing our talk with Steve Howe, the CEO of Shareable, Inc. Steve, thanks for spending some time with me. As you know, I'm an anesthesiologist, so I have a particular interest in anesthesia.
Right.
My understanding is that your first customers were actually anesthesiologists. Is that right?
That's right. Our technology is generally applicable within healthcare, but we started in anesthesia and have seen great success with our anesthesia customers.
So tell me a little about what your product does for somebody like me.
Sure. As we looked at the anesthesia market, it turns out about 93% of anesthesiologists document on paper templates, typically referred to as anesthesia records. And that's after 30 years of so-called HIMSS systems, of touchscreen systems, trying to make their way into the operating room. And what we're discovering is anesthesiologists like documenting on the anesthesia records. It's familiar, it's comfortable, it's fast.
It's what we do.
It's what they do, and they don't want to have to wrestle with cumbersome computer systems. But at the same time, we all need data. Physicians need the data for revenue cycle, for quality of care, for trying to capture skip measures. And so we've been able to essentially give the best of both worlds, which is a documentation tool that's convenient to anesthesiologists, but also create the data that the industry needs.
So Steve, take me through this for a moment. I'm at the anesthesia workstation, I've got a patient in front of me. What happens next with your product?
Well, it's great because you essentially do what you've always done. We provide you with an anesthesia record, which by the way is your anesthesia record. It's not a different form, it looks exactly like what you've been using. And it's an anesthesia record on normal paper, but it's printed with our dot pattern. And the only thing you really do differently is use a pen with a camera in it. It's called a digital pen, and as you write, it's recording everything that you're writing. And essentially your pen strokes are transmitted to our servers, where we essentially convert your writing into discrete digital data.
It might be difficult with my handwriting. How does that work?
Well, we have a lot of innovative handwriting recognition technology, so really stack the cards in our favor to interpret your handwriting, both because forms are very structured. We have a sense of what you're probably going to write, so we don't have to search the entire English dictionary. If you write a drug that you've administered, we search a drug database, which is obviously a smaller set of choices than the entire English dictionary. And beyond that, we learn. We study what you typically do, and we begin to calibrate our system to be more supportive of you personally.
So this is a way to bring this kind of technology to anesthesia without totally upsetting the whole apple cart and allowing anesthesiologists to still feel that they're doing what they always did.
That's absolutely right.
That's fantastic. Steve, on another note, here at HIMSS, I hear that you have an announcement to make, a new affiliation or association, if you will. Tell us about that.
Right, so in markets outside of anesthesia, we've got other technology partners who've included our technology with their own products. This includes Allscripts, which is one of the largest EMR vendors in the United States. Yesterday, we announced a partnership with Greenway, another well-known large EMR vendor. We also have a relationship with T-System. We jointly developed a product called Digital Share, which T-System uses in the emergency departments.
Steve, thank you very much. Do you have a few moments to give us a brief demonstration?
Sure, I'd love to. So in the example of anesthesia records, we would give you a paper anesthesia record, which will look exactly like what you're used to. It's your form. And you continue to document the case as you normally would have. Here I'm just making a few notations. The pen strokes you're writing are sent to our servers and processed, and you can view them here on Internet Explorer on a web browser. So you can see here I just look at patient patent, and if I drill down a little, you can see really within a matter of seconds I have a high resolution facsimile of the actual anesthesia record. But there's more, which is I'm able to convert what I wrote into data. So here I wrote morphine, my terrible handwriting, and the system correctly interpreted, oh, that's morphine.
Right.
Not only that, because we have all this data where there were deficiencies in the record, for example, I didn't enter an anesthesia time or my anesthesia type and sign the form, it lets me know and I can make those corrections very quickly and ensure that I have a complete anesthesia record every time. The other thing that you might find interesting is The data is valuable. So one great thing is that we're able to aggregate data from all the providers. This is useful for both hospitals who are interested in tracking quality, as well as for the provider group to ensure that they are measuring all their providers on an objective basis.
Thank you very much.
I can drill down, look at Tennessee, look at Hammock Medical Center. There's an outlier, and I can find the actual case, and then pull the actual anesthesia records. So
very
ability to aggregate data, find an outlier, drill down, and pull the actual record.
Thank you very much, Steve. It was a pleasure speaking to you, and
Appreciate your
best
time.
of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
This has been Dr. Howard Rollins with Steve Howe of Shareable Inc. Steve, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate your time.